So thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm really excited to be able to introduce you. This is W.H. Mahon Jr., Director of Transition and Utilization Management. And W.H. Mahon Jr. is also an LCSW. And I know, W, from speaking with you, that you have done the exercise, you've been familiar with Mary's work and her book. And I'd like to ask you a little bit about the process for you. So what was the process like for you to form a virtual personal board of directors?
Well, I have to say, the word that comes to mind is daunting. And I say that because, as I read initially through Mary's book, there was such an excitement. And I then got to the third chapter and I saw the actual layout of this, virtual board of directors that I was now responsible to create. And that was the daunting part, because I was like, oh my goodness, like I have so many people that I really need to be able to extract from, either my past or my present, and do that in a way that's successful, right? A way that's not only going to benefit me, but benefit them. Like, it's a relationship. And in these days and times, you have to be sensitive to people and their time, right? People are all about, and a lot of people definitely do want to assist you, but sometimes they just can't, juggle it, So it was daunting. It was a little bit intimidating, and I have to be honest, the whole 12 board of directors, I have not completed it, but it's a task. It's a work in progress, but I've made some headway, and that's what's most important for me.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I can completely understand that. So did anything surprise you about your virtual personal board of directors?
Honestly, I can't say that anything surprised me as much as it overwhelmed me, but I looked at that overwhelming feeling as a challenge. And I love challenges, because then that means that's something now that I can go ahead with and conquer. So that pretty much explains it. That was the feeling.
Okay, terrific. And how has having a virtual personal board of directors impacted your work and your career?
Well, it's enhanced it. I think, I look at it as being like a redwood tree. Not sure if you're familiar with, but it's like one of these tall, like massively tall trees. But I look at it as, me being that base of the tree, and now me being able to extend my branches out. So it's sort of this great feeling. It's cathartic, because I'm it's like I'm releasing energy and expanding my branches. So that's how I see it.
Terrific. And how has having a virtual personal board of directors impacted your professional decision-making process?
Well, I have to say it's really made me look at things very differently. I think it's given me more creativity. It's given me more insight, because like, for so long I did things, I had a mentor, but I did things like on my own, right? I did my research, I did what I needed to do. I'm not saying that there weren't people along the way to help. They just weren't specifically identified as, this this certain mentor, and the IT guy, and so on and so forth. But it's helped me. I think I'm less impulsive when making a decision now, right? Which impulsivity can negatively impact you in the long term. So having people who have wisdom and have gone through this, and they can share that information and knowledge is just, it's wonderful. I love it.
Terrific. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So just a couple more questions, right? So what is the single educational piece of learning that you would say impacted you the most about Mary's book, Creative Mentorship and Career Building Strategies?
Okay, now this one is a biggie because this is, let's see, I am going to say, and I have it here, it's my claim to fame, you know, like people making their claim to fame, like being someone's protege, like that to me was very big impact because I can't tell you how I did that for a very long time in my career, very long. And I am happy to say that Mary Pender Greene, who I absolutely adore, was my mentor from the beginning. And I still see her as a mentor. But at the time, we were working at the same location. And I felt like so blessed to have her. I was enamored with her because the wisdom and, this was this Black woman, like third in command in this Jewish organization. And I can't tell you how proud I was, but how excited I was that she took an interest in me and saw me as like a shining star, and that was like the impetus to my growth. Like I am so indebted to her. But the thing is, what I say all this because all I knew was Mary, right? That's who I depended on for my professional growth, who I would go to. We talked about, where I began and what I essentially wanted, right? And, I began, I went in as an intern and then I wind up, working for them. And, it was as a social worker, right? I was working with kids, but my passion, my desire was to be an administrator. I was like, I want to be an administrator. And I know I would always talk to her and she would say, but you have such a cushy job. Be careful what you're asking for, because she was right. Like it was cushy, I enjoyed the kids, and you have the paperwork, but then when you do become that administrator, the level of responsibility is like exponentially much more like intense, right? Like your level of responsibility and things pretty much fall on you. So she was excellent in that, but I was eager, and that I was always pushing forward, and she supported me, and I eventually got to that place, and I enjoyed it, and I am thankful for it. But yeah, that would be the one thing, because now I know that you cannot depend on one person, because people do move around and things happen, and you'll be at a loss. Like, look, I'm no longer at the Jewish board, neither is Mary, right? So it's the virtual board of directors is important. Sorry for that lengthy answer. I tend to.
No, that was terrific. That was terrific. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I think I sort of added it all in that last answer. Just that, Mary is a wonderful person who's so insightful and has so much knowledge to give. And, I just think she's such a special person. And I've seen her strength. Her strength is not just as an individual, but as a Black woman, which means a lot to me, where her career has gone and the level of respect that she commands and receives. And, I know she's done some, like she's had some sessions or what have you. And Alan Siskin has been there, who, was the big guy at the time at the Jewish board. So to see that relationship continues to thrive and it's there, that to me says, she wasn't just put in that position because they had a quota to fill, but like they truly believed in her and forged a relationship, because it's still going on, right? So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. God bless Mary, and I wish her all the best in her future. And she seems like she has some great people, such as yourself and Sheila Mabry, who I saw the interview with you and her. I went to Hunter with her, and I was excited when I saw that. I was like, I was at my parents' house, and I was like, Mom, like, I know her. I went to school with her.
That's
And,
amazing.
and so it's exciting to see, but it's unfortunate that I've lost touch with people, So, but
Yes.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Sorry.
you. Maybe I can find a way to do a reunion for everyone. This is terrific.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you so much, W. I really appreciate you, and you enjoy the rest of your week, okay?
thank you, as I appreciate you as well, and I wish you the best.
Thank
All
you.
right. So thank you, Amira. All right. Bye-bye.